It's about to go down. Michael Sean and the Takeover Legend Morning Show is back. Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Michael Sean, that's me. Jay Black, Sexy Mo, C-Chum, and celebrity guests that you get nowhere else. That's right, but here on Michael Sean and the Takeover Legends. Go to our YouTube page, Michael Sean and the Takeover Legends, and check the exclusive situation all the way out. Or catch it live. Get your comments on Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Michael Sean and the Takeover Legends are back.
Michael Sean and the Takeover Legends, where the truth hurts, but also makes you laugh.
Baby, tap in.
We the worst records, baby. We about to create a perfectly horrible song. Y'all know I've been in the gym, and now all I wear is tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts. Yes, I do. Michael Sean wears tight shirts. I wear tight shirts because I'm working out some. And if I wear the right size, you won't see none of my little cuts in my arms or whatever. Short sleeve tight shirts in any type of weather. People talking trans when they see me in the street.
Your shirt's so tight, we can see your heartbeat.
Man, clown me if you want, I'm sticking to my guns. And when December comes, it's gonna be fun. You can crack jokes and treat me like a jerk, but one day you'll see my six-pack right through my shirt. And even if I wanted to, I just can't stop. I just might rock an Ezekiel crop top.
Whoa.
What? Did I take it too far? What?
Yes.
Whatever. Tight shirts in the morning at work and when I grieve. I even wear tight pajama tops when I sleep. Tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts. Every day. Tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts. Good morning, America. Good morning, Takeover Legends. Dr. Aaron Smith, unmute yourself. It is a Wednesday, hump day.
Yeah.
That's what we've been told to call it for years. We're halfway through the work week. Let's get to it. I got tons of things. I know Jay Black got some ratchetness because he wouldn't be here on time if he didn't. All right, so Dr. Aaron Smith, good morning. How was your night? How'd everything go? Anything different? Anything pop? What's going on?
Oh, I was looking at some world news because I was talking at an event on Sunday, and I was telling the people, I was like, yo, if you know more about what Donald Trump is doing than Ibrahim Traoré is doing in Burkina Faso, then you already know we got a problem. So I had to check myself because I was like, yo, I ain't getting no update on some international news. So I did a deep dive, and I saw that just recently in Nepal, they're having a coup. They're having like a whole January 6th times 1,000. 19 people died, and dude who was in charge went running, but you know they don't tell us that. And the famine in the Sudan. I don't know if you all realize, but it's been the longest running humanitarian crisis. 2023 it escalated significantly. Right now there's tens of millions of people who are facing food insecurities. Over 25 million people, 750,000 of which are literally about to die. Like food pantries are running dry with no food. People are trading their whole rations just for rice so they can last longer and feed their family. 750,000 people literally on the brink of dying. 25 million to 30 million people are facing food insecurity. Even more have been displaced. But the news, CNN, MSNBC, Fox, when I say F them with the biggest middle finger possible, if this was Israel, if this was Ukraine, I need people to understand how much people don't like them. Because when people are in a relationship and they got the black eye and they got the teeth missing and they're talking about, but he loves me, but we've been together for so long. This is black people in America right now. They don't like you. The kids are in the holes doing the mining. The black people are starving. There's people in Latin countries even getting pushed out the same way they're pushing out Latin people in America. Black people all over the world going through all kind of nonsense and hell and starvation and bombing and deportation. And there's still black people talking about some, I just want to defend the country and I want to be a police officer and I'm waiting on to see what Trump going to do. And I mean, I don't know when they're going to wake up, but I just keep playing along, sit by the door. I'm probably going to try to go on another game show or something and act like I'm, think like them and look like them, but think differently deep inside.
Or you can be LL Cool J.
Oh, Lord.
Or you can just do what LL Cool J does.
What do you do? You say it. I can't even say it. I can't say it. I can't say it. I'm not built for saying it.
He's joined the legends of compromised artists who went on the VMA Awards as one of the hosts and said, "Hey, we're gonna leave the politics at the door. Basically, today we got off. We're taking today off." But I'll get into that. I got tons of responses for another compromised artist. But Jay Black, how was your night last night?
Real quick, good morning, LaShawn. She was up first. I saw Shelly. I saw Miss Clark. I saw Miss Parker. Happy birthday to Miss Parker's oldest son. He's 17 today, and also happy birthday, Stacy Mitchell. Stacy Auntie outside. I don't even know if Stacy's up yet. I got to see if she's up.
She's not up. That's why I was waiting. I'm waiting for her to wake up.
KT, good morning, KT. Afro Queen. I saw Afro Queen on the check-in as well. Ashley Newman. She's up. She's listening. All right. Asha, Asha Boo, she's up. Asha Boo, day after her born day.
Day after the born day.
Tawana Coleman still causing trouble. Good morning, Tawana. Tawana's up.
Tawana will at some point hit the link. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to talk with us, girl.
Queen Born is up. Queen Born. So I got a clip. So I don't even know if I'm supposed to play this, but I'm gonna play it. Good morning, Tosh. Doc, you done pissed some people off.
Not me. Come on, man.
You pissed some people off to where I gotta play this for you. Because yesterday you pissed my cousin off.
Did you ask him to play this?
He said he want to say it to his face. I didn't. I asked him. He didn't respond back. He didn't respond.
Let me say one thing to Mike first. I don't know if you were here when I said this. I laughed this morning when I woke up because when I got on the show, it was the first time ever I said, "I don't want no smoke. I don't want no smoke today." And usually, I'm with all the smoke. And I just laughed myself. I was like,
Ash course some smoke too.
But I said to myself, that's why you always gotta be about that life and be ready for the smoke. Because even the second you say you don't want to smoke, that's when people go ham on you. And I was critiquing an Instagram model who was in her 20s. My fault. I take blame for that. About the argument she was making when she's only famous for talking on TikTok and dating Rick Ross. So I should have did my research first. And before I started critiquing her argument, I would have realized she's in her 20s and she's only known for dating Rick Ross. And I probably would have fell back and not been so critical and saved myself some energy.
All right, and we're gonna play.
Go ahead, I'm ready.
Before we play this, I want to before this reaction.
Good morning, Rashida.
I want to be the first person to speak after he says whatever he says, because there's some intel that I have. Number two, with all the smoke people. Remember, this is the dialogue.
Listen up, Ash.
Give me a second, Jay. Give me a second. This is. This whole thing with, and this is not to you, Doc, it's everybody. Remember this, y'all.
Oh, I piss people off.
This whole situation, Jay, you piss people off every day. This whole thing, this whole show was the safe space. So this whole show is us having dialogue with each other.
That's why we can share comments like that.
I don't want y'all to leave here and start grouping up and harboring feelings.
It ain't going to be a TO locker room or Donovan locker room. No, we're not doing that. I can't tell you not to pick sides or whatever. I can tell you this: do not leave here and hold what we say on your mind the entire day. Because we let it go.
I'm gone.
Immediately let it go. Like what? Are you mad?
I put on my UPS mailroom shirt and my name tag, and I'm a whole different person. I continue on. So we appreciate y'all.
Lady Q even has smoke. I said, Lady Q, click the link. Matter of fact, let me get the link ready just in case somebody want to click the link. Let me send the link out.
So listen, this is their family. So that
hopefully he ain't gonna be mad. But he said he wanted to tell him to his face. He been venting for the last couple of days, Doc. You done pissed my cousin off.
Right.
He has some concerns, and I'm gonna play a piece of what he sent me. I'm gonna stop it maybe after he. All right, let me stop. Let Mike talk.
Yo, Spain. I left Mike a message too.
I know.
I watched the end of the show, starting with the drunk cop, and I read somebody's comments. I'm supposed to justify this. Y'all have to stop backing the ridiculous shit that Fearless says to make these points. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He may be knowledgeable in other areas, but he says ridiculous shit to make these points, like getting punched in the face. Why would somebody just come up and just punch him in the face? Why would my partner come up and just punch him in the face for me to have to do something about it? He just, and to tell me I'm not black first, that's what really pisses me off. But his points, this Beyonce shit, how we think, cops think you should get shot if we don't agree with you or whatever dumb shit he was saying. He says dumb shit that doesn't make any sense. It only makes sense to him and people who already have a way of thinking about police. But as a police officer listening to him, it's fucking ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. Y'all gotta stop backing this nut shit. I'ma talk like him. Stop backing this nut shit this nigga says. Because he sounds ridiculous. He sounds ridiculous. And I can't get on there. I gotta try to get on that link because I would tell him, like I said, I like to tell him face to face. It's easy to get on that mic and say a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm defending myself or the institution by commenting. I can only say with so much. And people with their stupid ass comments, the Ash Bash or whatever she was saying, he says dumb shit. To be such a smart dude, he says some dumb shit to try to make a point. I'm telling you, it's ridiculous and it sounds dumb. It sounds dumb. Y'all got to stop backing this nut. So, once again, I can't listen to him. Hopefully, y'all ain't gonna be talking about cop stuff tomorrow. I mean, I'm not gonna be on the show anyway.
That's your cousin.
Stop backing this nut ass dude, man.
All right.
Now, I ain't gonna call him a nut ass dude. I still got respect for him being a professor in other areas.
You got respect.
But as far as policing, he doesn't know what he's talking about. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
All right. So first of all, just to lighten things up, I think Coco used your energy to you, Doc. I think he was
dumbass nigga.
All right. I think that. Okay. Now I did get a text, and I appreciate the text, and I'm gonna read you simply what I said back. I said, Coco, I don't normally respond to this. I just read or watch. But at some point, when are you going to realize these conversations aren't about you? They're about institutions. The institutions, whether they're the police department, radio, which I have said over and over again that I apologize for promoting the shit I promoted. Government, healthcare. These institutions are historically and present day are built on racism, greed, and power. You've personalized all these talks as if we've blamed you. Now, to the point of, he said he heard some stuff. Also, whoever told you he was talking about you conveniently forgot to mention that he said, if I was in his situation, I would do what he should do, which is protect his partner first. But I bet whoever told you that didn't put the full context of what we were talking about. And if you didn't watch the whole show, now I know this is what Instagram and TikTok has built us for. If you didn't watch the whole show and you only listen for your trigger words and you only listen for the words that trigger you, you would have seen, and I'm not defending Dr. Smith. He is a grown man. He can do that properly on his own to the highest level. He painted both pictures. He said, if I was your partner and I had a partner, he didn't say somebody randomly punched him in the face. He gave an analogy. I don't understand why everybody else can look at the institutions that they've been a part of and admit to the wrongdoings of those institutions. If you can't admit to what you're a part of and what I've been a part of, then all you're doing is going back and forth defending an institution that has been 1,000% built on discrimination oppression and policing people of color 1,000% differently than have policed any other race of people. But if you're not going to take yourself out the equation and you're not going to look and you're going to turn a blind eye, then I don't know what to tell you. And what I will say is this, and I don't even know if Coco's watching right now because he's probably not watching right now. So I'm probably wasting my breath on this. If you are a black man first, which I believe you are, explain to me why you will have no problem if I do an entire show based on ignorant activities that black people take part in, which I have. I've sat here and played videos of reckless YN shooting on porches, and I've literally gone into disgust over them doing that. That doesn't offend you. What offends you is when I use the same energy to talk about the institution you're a part of. And that confuses me. Because if you are a black man first, I would think what would irritate the shit out of you is me calling anybody in your race ignorant or calling anybody in your race using senseless violence. I would think that would touch you first, and that would make you even more heated. So I'm confused. And the last thing, and then I'll let Aaron actually respond. The last thing, you always say you don't understand unless you put the uniform. You don't understand, which means you know better than I do what goes on between you and civilians in Philadelphia. Absolutely common sense. You also know better than anybody here the crooked shit that goes on in the Philadelphia Police Department. And you know it, and you know the inside stories. And I don't expect you to share it. You won't share it because you don't want to risk your job. You can't share it because it'll risk your job. So if you can't share that with us, don't you feel like you're looking through this in some dark, shaded glasses? Because it doesn't seem fair and balanced on how you keep presenting this. I'm confused. We are civilians. We're speaking from our experiences as civilians. So if you're on the inside, let us know the good and the bad. But you can't. And that's where we say you can't, because it's in a corrupt organization who will not let you speak the truth about them without repercussions. I'm done. I will let Dr. Harris Smith now respond to what Coco said about him.
Put me in the green room. I'm going to go upgrade. And I'm going to share my screen.
Okay.
I got it. I'm ready.
All right. So I
prepare for this response.
And I hope that made sense. And I this is not a personal attack.
This might have went left. I just wanted him to get his piece off.
That's what you wanted. This is Jay.
I wanted him to, because he wanted to say it, and he never gets his voice heard. Like it's always. So I wanted him to have that, but I think Doc about to come with some facts and some.
Well, what did you think was gonna happen? Why do you think I didn't play any video that Coco ever sent me? This is why I didn't play it.
Because this is a safe space. We all talk. Everybody talk. Like Shorty D-Wop, Tasha said, you done called her dumb before I told her shut up. And don't nobody take this stuff. What was Ash at 720? What did she say? I love the way she said this. Where was Ash at? 720.
He's resenting us for our experience. He offended because I know Coco's heart. I know his heart.
Don't nobody care what we talk about after we leave here. We're a family. We talk crap. We move on to the next.
Well, honestly, we're not gonna play because obviously somebody is. Obviously somebody is.
Well, when you call somebody and say you ain't black, or you insinuate you're not a black because, you know, I can see that being. Don't call me not black. I know I'm rocking with my people, my culture.
So why are you not?
I may not be black the way you want me to be black, but I'm still black. Like
okay, so why are you not offended? Why is it so easy for you and I hate this because it's gonna go back to Coco. Why is it so easy for you to say and send me videos about the ignorance that goes on with the civilians and how they act, but you won't send me the same videos about what goes on in your industry?
Hey
Ashley, what's up?
guys.
Hey, how you
Hey
doing, sir?
guys.
How you
I'm so
doing?
glad I got time today.
All
But
right.
it's
This
not
is Jay
even
Black's idea. This is
Cousin
Jay Black's
Ash,
idea.
aka Ash
but
Bash. Good morning, Ash. What's
right,
going
good
on?
morning. Good morning, guys. I don't understand. I guess I don't know. Mike made very valid points how he said, he's called himself out for participating in the fuck shit. I'm gonna just say that. So it's just a level of self-awareness. We are not by any means bashing Coco for being a cop or like calling him a bad cop. All we're doing is voicing our opinion on our experiences with the police system. That's it. That's all. Coco said before in this chat that there are good cops. I believe that, but I believe there are more bad cops than good cops, unfortunately, because that's my experience. I'm not, just assuming, Coco is the worst of the worst. He says he's trying to do better from the inside. All I could do is take his word for it. I didn't call him a liar about it or anything else. Who knows what I said in the chat to piss him
Either you or
off?
Tosh said, and one of y'all said,
But
Coco defending the drunk cop. We played that drunk cop yesterday.
and I don't think I commented on the drunk cop because I was
It might
actually
have been
working
Tosh.
yesterday.
It might have been
So
Tosh. You
I
just pushed
either
free. Go ahead.
either way,
Mhm.
it is what it is. Like I said, don't nobody care about what we talk about when we leave here. He gotta chill. But like I said, this is my opinion. I feel like he's highly offended because just like Mike said, he knows both sides, and it's a struggle because that's his job. This is what he signed up to do, and he knows that if he takes certain measures to speak against things, that he could potentially, be at risk. His job could be at risk. We
Yeah,
get it. It's a
yeah,
frustrating
yeah.
position to be in.
I see
But at
that
the
too.
same time, like okay, just why can't you just hear people out? Like that's the point of these debates, and that's why I'm not even joking right now. I like watching the show because we get to just go at it. Even yesterday, I was cracking up at Mike and Dr. Smith going back and forth. But that's what we need. We need to be able to hear all sides of everything. There's not just two sides. It's
But do
not
you
just
hear
this.
his side? Do you ever hear Coco's side and give
I
him
said that in the beginning. Yes,
mhm,
I
and you give the
understand what
credit?
he's saying, right? But I also I want Coco to understand that unfortunately, the job that he has and his coworkers, they have. I used to tell my kids this: your reputation is like that's just one thing that you really have to work hard to establish in a good light because just like now he's basically an example he's basically a product of he's guilty by association.
Mm.
But we don't necessarily berate him in that way, but I'm just saying in the whole like picture, he's guilty by association. He got to understand we know more bad cops than we know good cops. So as Coco continues to try to let us know that there are good cops, like Mike said, he still got to acknowledge the bad. Like he can't make it seem like we just making this stuff up, and that's how it feels sometimes. We're not making this up. Why? Like
Right.
who? I don't understand that. But that's all I came out because I want to hear what Doc got to say. And Coco, take a chill pill, go eat a donut, and have a nice day.
Have
We
to eat the
appreciate
donut.
you, but
See the disrespect? You see the
don't be
disrespect?
come.
Go eat a donut.
Listen,
Go ahead.
don't be coming at people. Gosh, it's just a chat. Like, like he act like we said his mama ugly or something. Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't understand. Coco, take a chill pill. I'm
All right.
leaving. See y'all.
Thanks,
All right,
Ash.
thank you,
All right.
Ash. And,
All
and I
right.
just want to say, when I sent Coco the text, he hit me back in a very nice way. He even threw some money at my Cash App. He said, "I appreciate the fact that you took time out to read what I said. This is not about him." But now it will now because of the way the show is set up, because we played his clip, now it's going to be partially about him. And it may be mainly about him. And I've said this from the beginning. It's an uphill. He's in a bad situation because it's an uphill battle trying to defend something that has caused so much harm, pain, and murder in Black and brown communities. I've reiterated that the mentality that has gone on in the inner cities is inexcusable. But the point is, there was a plan to put people in situations where this mentality was created. This mentality, these YNs weren't created just because a certain color people are ignorant. It's created out of hundreds of years of trying to destroy people who live in certain areas in this country. These are facts. That crack was put into Los Angeles by the government. These are facts. This destruction has been going on forever. So the mentality that I don't excuse has not just all of a sudden puffed up. All the ingredients were put in these areas for years upon years and decades upon decades to create this. Destroying families helped create this. Putting liquor stores and bars on every corner helped create this. Putting people in poverty helped create this. If you keep people for generations and your goal is to keep them in poverty and to destroy their mentality and to feed them every negative thing possible, including the music that we created, is taken and then used against us. If you can't see that bigger picture, I don't know what to tell you, but I'm not saying you're wrong, that we need to change the mentality that we've had for decades. It's the same frustration and on a different note, when I'm trying to talk to Doc and I'm trying to talk to Jay Black about men changing their mindset about what their responsibility is dealing with women. And not resorting back to, well, that's just how a man thinks.
It is what it is. That's how it is.
But do you understand? We've been programmed to think of women and programmed to think of relationships with women. I'm 54. Since the time I was 10, I was being programmed. I thought Dr. Umar was.
Tash got jokes. She in there just joking, being like family members do. She just joking.
And I'm trying to give everybody their voice.
That's why I wanted to play his. I thought his response, and he said he wanted to tell him to his face. It's hard for him with the link, and he said, "Doc don't know what he's talking about." He came at him as a black man. I think he's offended by that. Don't call somebody a black man and say they not black first. He's black first. Just because y'all may disagree, don't come at a man's race and say he ain't repping for the people.
Well, then if you're gonna bring that up, and somebody starts pointing out the actions, and somebody starts pointing out, like I did today, why are you more offended by us talking about the cops than you are about us talking about other black people in the inner city? That's kind of a contradiction then. Tosh said it's too early for this. Not for Jay Black. Jay Black started. Jay Black didn't even tell us how his night was.
Oh, well, yeah, I watched Big Brother yesterday. You know, Wheel of Fortune, new episodes for the family. We watched Wheel of Fortune. That was good. Guessing puzzles, a 1% Club. You know, we watch a little game shows with the family. Yeah, so my night was good. You know, Big Brother again tonight. This Doc.
I was coming on ready to get into the VMAs and LL Cool J and Snoop Dogg, and I was ready to get into a white pastor.
I felt bad when I heard his message. I could hear the passion in his voice that he's upset. And we let people speak their minds. So that's why I said I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it.
Well, you played it. Defending the system just because people are criticizing it. When you say you're trying to change from the inside is perplexing. Afro Queen, I know. But I ain't been a cop for 15 years, so I don't know.
He got 18 years in.
I don't know the propaganda that gets fed. I don't know what it's like to run these streets of Philadelphia and have it in your face every single day. I don't know. I really don't. If Coco knew what he meant, I don't think he would be offended. And this is what over and over again, I'm trying to clarify. I've been trying, and it's getting frustrating I'm like, these are two grown ass men. Go ahead and get offended. Because I've been trying to clear it up that this is about an institution that is based on evil. There's no two ways about it. You're trying to fix something that has been homegrown, fundamentally based on evil. And my interaction with police officers I've had some excellent experience with police officers. I have police officers in my family. I've also had some horrible ones. but I can't deny what the establishment has done.
He doesn't believe in systematic racism, so you're never going to get through on those topics. He doesn't believe in systematic racism. Is that the root cause of all that?
I think she has a good point. And another thing, I'm not resolving responsibility from us having to change. I'm not ignoring that. But do you know the obstacles that it has to take? Do you know what has to do? Do you know what people, and I'll say people because I haven't been put in a situation of living in an environment that puts 10 challenges ahead of you the day you're born on that block? I've never experienced that. Why? Because matter of opinion based on facts, though. I don't know. We are always being told about the sickness in our communities, but for once, let's talk about the resolutions that need to be put in place. It's weird to say you want to fix something you think isn't broke. Lady Kill, I don't know.
So y'all trying to play him. Did he ever say it wasn't broke? I don't know if he ever said it wasn't broke.
No, but he said he was trying to fix something, and then we're pointing out what's broken in it, and then the first thing he's saying is y'all don't know or Doc don't know what he's talking about, and you have to wear the uniform to understand it, but you're admitting that something's broken in there. Facts, Mike, because when your first thing is to say exactly white people would say, YNs are killing each other more than the cops do. What? And are we killing each other? Yeah. And this is what kills me. I did a whole show, a portion of the show, on why we are the only people who have to check in the cities. Why are we pressed by our own people? I played the clip of the dude saying when he was in LA, he was in a park full of white people and Mexicans, and a group of black men pulled up on him to press him. I get the sick mentality.
Doc said, "You dumbass nigga." Who was he referring to?
I don't even know. You think when this was I'm gonna remember exactly.
You dumbass nigga.
You think I know exactly? I forget. We've done like 6,000 shows.
He was talking to Cypher. Maybe he was talking about it could be like a fictional character type of person. Like he
might have been talking about a subject. I don't know. He speaks about how ignorant and violent black people a lot of times in the show. Why is it okay for him? I don't know, Ashabu. And that's not what a host of a show is supposed to say. I don't know. Everyone has their own interpretation of what being black is. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're on the inside, so we are aware of your insight, but see ours too. That's all we're asking. Here's the issue. Cops are jaded in all states. I had police threaten me for mistaken identity in Georgia. I cried for days. I've seen Noah's father get stopped and frisked in NYC. This is an issue. I'm about to show you clips of another version of the police department, the ICE agents, and I'm about to show you clips of what people are going through. And they got, you know what their vests say? Police. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not going to play the clip. I have law enforcement in my family. I was training NCO for a police battalion in the military. They're good and bad in every aspect of life. I've had positive and negative interactions with police. I have too. I had a police officer admit some stuff to me when he pulled me over, and thank God I was dead sober. And he just literally said, I veered a little bit on the line, and I stopped you because we're looking for DUIs. Listen, he was dead honest. Nice as hell. He said, are you tired? Because I see you got a Red Bull. I said, no, I'm actually not tired. I just like the way they taste. We had a whole long civil conversation. He got my stuff. He said, let's have a nice day. And he explained to me why. He said, it's Saturday night. I'm out here, trying, and beautiful interaction. I've also had the interaction with somebody with a cop dead in my face, damn near spitting on my cheek when I didn't do nothing. He says it's without saying it because he won't even admit or confirm that there is brokenness in the system.
He did. He said he joined to be a cop because he knew that he wanted to change it from within. That's why he signed up years ago to be a cop. He knew, so he did say that. He did admit that it was issues when he joined.
Black on black argument irritates my soul. It irritates my soul too, because there's white on white crime going on all over the place. But they still get to tell us their gripes and tell us why they need cops here and what laws need to be made. White people kill white people too in China, and Chinese people killing Chinese people in Russia. There's Russian people. I get it. I know. Ashabu, I know. I mean, Sean Bell, Taj. I was on the radio at Hot 97 when Sean Bell happened. I was on the radio when an African was stopped and shot to death with shots and then allegedly sexually assaulted with a baton. I've seen it. But that doesn't mean we're not blaming all the police officers. But damn, the Supreme Court literally just ruled that ICE can snatch you up just because you're brown and look like you speak Spanish and are washing your car. These are facts.
Wait, Supreme Court said it's okay. Wait, literally.
Yes.
See, I don't know.
Yes.
They said that you can
Yes.
the Supreme Court just said this.
Yes. Yes. And got white folks upset about it. White folks are talking about it. There.
They just said you can snatch people up.
Here.
The Supreme Court just decided that skin color was indeed a good enough excuse for ICE agents to apprehend a suspect. Just so we're clear, this actually has nothing to do with Hispanic people and everything to do with setting a precedent. You see, it starts with skin color. It ends with social class. And, just so you know, if you're seeing my face on your phone screen, you are not of a social class to consider yourself safe. You see, folks, it's a process. First, they run the gambit on all the people of color. And when there ain't nobody left for them to come for, well, then they come for the whites who are poor. And I know what you're saying to yourself right now. Mr. Bartender, I saved my money. This don't concern me. Oh, you sweet summer child. You see, if you ain't got at least like 6 expendable figures just sitting in your bank account, well, as far as they are concerned, you are poor as shit. With your puny net worth, if you was on fire, them folks wouldn't piss on you to put you out. You are nothing more than a pawn, and as soon as you get that in your head, maybe we can all start playing the goddamn game. Anyways, people, the frozen water folks are fixing to be the Fanta-fascist private police force, and we should probably figure out what we're going to do to fight back. Because if we don't, we're all fucked. Even if this is exactly what you voted for, you too are very fucked. Now y'all do me one favor, keep the motherfucking boots out of your motherfucking mouth, and remember that the golden rule will always remain yeehaw fuck the law.
Yeehaw fuck the law.
Yes, thank you, Tawana. And what is ICE? ICE is what? Another form of policing. Now I know they're gonna say, well, that's not us. That's what they use in this country. Policing.
So ICE got the power.
If they hear you speaking Spanish, they can run up on you and snatch you up. That is a form of policing. And listen, since we're on it, damn it, then y'all want to. Every time I try, every time. I understand. Here's a woman standing up to ICE. Here's what's going on. I want you to look at the skin color of the people in ICE.
Shame on you. Every single one of you, shame on you. Cannot believe it.
You cannot.
No, you can't either. You can't either.
You look like a fat me.
You can't either. Make sure you do not open your door.
Miguel?
Do not open your door.
Miguelito?
We'll be right here and a whole bunch of other people are coming out too. Don't worry. Do not open your door.
They can't kick the door in, though, right? They can't do that, right?
No, I'll show you more.
If you don't open
Show
the door,
me your warrant. Show me your warrant.
They don't need
I
it.
have a right to see the warrant. No. This is Immigration Customs Enforcement. Where is your warrant? No. Show me. If you have it, you would show me. You don't have a warrant. You're just here abducting people. Yes, you are. You absolutely are. Yes, you are.
It's a targeted enforcement operation.
Show me your warrant. No warrant. No targeted. No warrant. No target. Yes, absolutely. Yes. No, I'm not going to tell them to come outside, but guess what? I want to see the warrant, and then we'll leave you alone. But we want to see it. not going to leave. I'm going to make sure everything is done constitutionally. Show me your warrant. Show me your warrant.
I'm behind my face, but I don't want it all over. I'm not.
You don't have a warrant. You don't have a warrant. No, you don't. No, you don't have a warrant. No, you don't have a warrant. Nope. You show us the warrant. Show us the warrant. Show us the warrant. Show us the warrant. We want to see a judicial warrant. Yes, show me. Show me. Yes, I want to see it. I want to see it.
Are you gonna leave?
I'm not gonna leave, but I'm gonna record because I have a constitutional right to record, even if you have a warrant. Because guess what? You abduct people because you abduct people even when you don't have a warrant. Okay? So that means if you had a warrant and you pick somebody up, you would pick somebody else up. So of course I'm gonna stay. We know about you. You're fascists. You're fascists. You're fascists. You're kidnappers. But we're not gonna allow that to happen.
False information. That's you're ignorant.
Yep, we're not leaving. We're not leaving. We're gonna protect our neighbors because we don't believe you. You don't have a warrant. You don't have a warrant. Absolutely not.
Ain't she impeding an investigation?
Listen. And you want to know if they could try and get into your spot here? You want to know if they could try and get to your spot?
Yeah, I don't know if they can kick a door down. All right, well,
let's see if they can attempt to. Let's see how they do this.
At the barber shop.
Porque ahorita la amiga llegó aquí en el gimnasio y aquí a un lado. Sí, entonces dijeron que hasta toda lista de los años que estoy hablando con ellos.
¡No le hagas caso!
Y Jojo, dígale Jojo que venga.
¡No le hagas caso!
She's yelling, no paying no attention, don't listen to
Estoy
her.
llamando con mi teléfono, dígale que no. Sí, pero que no me hable.
¡No le hagas caso!
A ver si llega a tiempo. Bye, no bendiga. I called my mom.
Yes.
Do you need a phone to call someone? It's okay. Who's following right now? Who's following them already?
They've been following us for 3 days.
Oh shit.
It's your dad. There's a lot of spectators here. There's a lot of traffic. All right. That's you. You come in.
You just gonna open the door.
That's the warrant. That's their name. That's their name.
Oh, they got a warrant.
They are 911. That's the thing.
So they actually threatened him. If you didn't hear it, if you don't open the door, we're gonna get your mom and dad.
Oh snap!
That's a black guy, right there. Right there. That's part of it.
Well, he has a job to do. That's what they're gonna say.
Well, it depends. You gotta ask him where he's from. He might be like, I know black. I know black.
Yeah, it might, but in California, it could be. Well, New York, it could be also. But this is what's going on. There's a war being waged against American citizens in front of us, and they're wearing police vests that say police. I'm trying to tell you, you're trying to defend something that is doing this. I don't care if it's a different city. I don't care if it's a different state. Admitting that there's an issue when you joined 18 years ago, but not being able to admit 18 years later after things have gotten worse. But he can't handle and admit that. All right, listen. Once again, I am. This was Jay Black's idea.
Good idea.
I just played what Cypher said. Like I said, I wanted him to get his point off. Doc said a lot of stuff, and he never got to get his chest off. And he said Doc wasn't right.
He doesn't know what he's talking about.
So he made it very clear. Doc don't know what he's talking about.
Boy, I'm glad you're not my relative.
No, I want people to say what I say too. If I say something, hold me down and play it. Let it be known.
Playing that part right there. I'm telling you, boy. In fact, I should maybe. All right. Well, listen.
Let me get caught up on these comments. What up, Australia? Johnny from Australia. What up? Australia's up. What's the clip from Trenton? What? Just last week. Okay, wasn't it the clip? Okay, something happened in Trenton.
All right,
they out in Trenton too.
I can do whatever they want. The Supreme Court basically said, "Fuck the 4th Amendment." All right. Well.
Sequisa, good morning, Sequisa, our doctor in the house, nurse practitioner.
All right, we play. All right. We got because we done played the clip like 10 minutes ago. All right, so here's Dr. Aaron Smith. Here we go.
By the red, the black, and the green.
Put your hands in the air. Make some noise.
Time to get your knowledge up and get ready to write down some facts with Dr. Aaron Smith.
Heed the words of the brother. See.
All right, Doc, your response to the Coco, his comments on the video that his family member Jay Black played.
Yeah, I got one clip. I sent it to Jay. You can start it at 6:45 when I give you the cue.
Wait, you sent it?
Screen in the meantime. Yeah, it's in the chat.
Okay. You said at what time it started?
Yeah, in a minute. 6:45 is fine.
6:45.
Let me know if you can see my screen and all that. Share screen.
Remove Coco's thing, and you'll be able to see.
I'm just trying to get the 6:45.
That window. Entire screen. That's what I'm gonna do. Hey, now let me do entire screen. Chrome tabs.
All right. Well, while we're doing that, I think.
Can you see my screen now?
Let's see. Let me put you up. Yes.
I'm gonna try to do my part to lighten the mood real quick.
Barbecue and foot massage. Jones barbecue and foot massage. Better come down here, get some of this shit. You like to eat. America loves to eat.
Okay, I see. I came to the right stuff. All right.
Oh, it's about to get dark for him.
All right, go ahead. Start whenever you want, Doc.
Oh no, I'm just saying. Ironically, it was about an institution, and I said yesterday, when people are in debate and somebody results to ad hominems, like attacking the person rather than the facts, because sometimes I do attack both. I take that, dumbass nigga, right? But there's always the facts too and the receipts. I was waiting for the receipts. I was waiting for the facts. I was waiting for the alternative argument, none of which were presented. He didn't say, he didn't know what he was talking about because A, B, and C. So the only thing I have to address is the fact that the accusation was made, not to my integrity or my personal, competency, but my profession. This is how I feed my kids. So when somebody says, I don't know what I'm talking about, oh, you's about to get this work because I do know what I'm talking about. That one statement is incorrect. Just like yesterday, isolate everything else. Don't listen to him. He doesn't know what he's talking about is an empirically provably false statement that I will prove, as the Nation of Islam says, in no limit of time. So let us begin. You see the screen, right? Let me see how it looks to y'all real quick. Okay, so the statement was made that the origins of policing are rooted in slave catching. Slave patrols, called patrollers, paddy rollers, or, were organized groups of white men who monitored and enforced discipline upon black slaves in the antebellum U.S. southern states. Slave patrols' function was to police slaves, especially runaway and defiant slaves. Look at the badges. 1858. Look just like the badge he had on in that clip, right? Okay. At first, incentives such as tobacco and money were offered to urge whites to be more vigilant in capture of runaway slaves. When this approach failed, slave patrols were formally established. Laws were put in place to regulate the activities of both black and white slaves. Slaves were encountered without passes. They were expected to be returned to their owners, as stated in the slave code. Punishment for runaway slaves could be expected. Black persons were subjected to questioning, searches, keep that in mind, and other forms of harassment. You already played the videos. I don't need to play them. It's still going on. Same things that they just listed. Questioning, Mike talked about it. Searches, right? We've showed videos. And harassment, right? Where's your warrant and ICE, right? Oftentimes, whipping, cool. We don't got to go there. I'm not showing those, but we could just say Rodney King. We could just say George Floyd. We can keep going. Oftentimes, whipping and beating for non-compliant and even compliant slaves. Why would somebody punch you in the face if you ain't do nothing? Let's see what the record says since 1858 and beyond. Even compliant slaves. You want a modern example? Google Philando Castile when he shot in front of his woman and his child in the car when he was requested to supply his identification. Philando Castile is the one who reached for his identification and was murdered. So when somebody says something is stupid, as why would you get punched in the face for nothing, just know people die for nothing. Gum-ass nigga. Let's keep it going. The Fugitive Slave Act of 1793 stated that it was against the law to help runaway slaves. So people were like, I'll stay neutral. I'm not in it. Only 2% of white people can afford to own slaves anyway. Why would I get? So they put a second Fugitive Slave Act out in 1850 that stated anyone caught aiding slaves would be fined with a large amount of $1,000 and will be jailed for 6 months. So basically, if you don't help us, and if we catch you helping them, we'll treat you like a slave too. So we're going to break these white people into being racist with us. Just like in the housing market, when they used to say, there goes the neighborhood. There were white people that stayed during redlining and said, I don't have a problem with anybody. Then people would say to them, if you stay here, your house is going to be worth 75% less in the next 10 years. And they called it blockbusting. And they had racial covenants to make sure that when the house was sold, it was only sold to other white people. So this is what happened with policing. They were like, yo, if you are not, that's why you have neighborhood watch. That's why you have HOAs. That's why you have people saying, show me your ID. You don't belong here. Who deputized you as white people all over the world? And why do you feel so comfortable calling the police all the time, even when you're not telling the truth? I'm going to call the police, right? Bird watchers. There's an African-American man here, and I'm afraid for my life. Why do white people, even when they're lying, feel comfortable calling the police? Because police historically have valued white people lying more than they value black people proving their innocence, even with paperwork. So even when a black person shows their papers, they get less of a police response than Carol Bryan Dunham, who lied on Emmett Till and had a whole town burned down and had a child and others be massacred. So white people have a relationship with the police, just like with the gentleman in Walmart when he was shot within 3 seconds. They ran up on the guy who was lying, talking about he's aiming a gun at children. They played the clip of the Walmart footage and his 911 call. He was completely lying. He did no jail time. So people know the police have always been able to be a weaponized arm of white supremacy. They rock with y'all because they know how y'all do. If they thought you were going to come and actually investigate and file false report claims and beat up the people who were real, they just had a guy who ran to help a child who was shot trying to help the child. But let me continue. We can go on and on. Some of y'all remember when they were looking down from a helicopter and they said it looks like a bad dude before the female cop, shot the brother in the. But this is the cops taking selfies with the people on January 6th. We know that it's two separate. This is a student from UPenn that I talked about in class. They broke her teeth during a Black Lives Matter protest. Ivy League black student. But who would do that if she wasn't doing anything? Who would hit somebody in the face? Look at her effing tooth, genius. Somebody hit her in the face. She was exercising her First Amendment right to peacefully protest as an Ivy League student, best of the best, not a lazy YN. Ivy League, not a man, a young girl. Ivy League, busting her face with permanent damage, broke her tooth. And if you ever remember that famous picture of the Philadelphia police officer punching that girl in the face during that protest that everybody uses now, it's a viral video, a black cop in the middle of Broad Street punches you can put black cop punches protester in the face right now, and I bet it'll come up. And boom, knocked her cold. She collapsed. But why would anybody punch anybody in the face if they weren't doing anything? Fearless doesn't know what he's talking about. Fearless brought the receipts. Fearless knows exactly what he's talking about. And now you look like an agent. Now you look disingenuous. Because everybody who's watching this broadcast has seen somebody get hit and get beaten and get brutalized by a police officer without doing anything illegal. So you sound like a nut and an agent. Now you suspect. Now I am attacking you because you don't come around black people and act like they're at peace and they're safe when you know they're not. Cops brought Dylan Roof to Burger King. Let me just keep it going. So I talked about Chris Dorner. Since I don't know what I'm talking about, I'll bring the facts. CNN. When Chris Dorner testified against his superior saying that he kicked a handicapped person, let's see what happens. The review team found that the firing, because he was fired for it, he wasn't written up, he wasn't reprimanded, he wasn't on paid leave. They kicked him out the force for going against one of his partners, right? It says, Dorner was removed from the police department September 2008, officially terminated January 2009 for filing a false complaint against his training officer who Dorner alleges kicked the suspect. Even if he was doing a false complaint, if I said somebody kicked somebody and didn't kick nobody, okay, bro, give me a suspension, give me a fine, I lose my whole job. Meanwhile, you got people that killed 3 kids that's still on the force, even after the city doles out tens of millions of dollars, or they transferred to 3 different departments after murdering 2 and 3 people. But this black man, who all he did was try to speak truth to power, and that's why he's the one that started killing all them people. Okay, all of us recognize as a department that we are not perfect, right? Nonetheless, this report shows that the discharge of Chris Dorner was factually and legally the right decision. So you want to know what happens when you speak up? Dorner killed the daughter of his police union representative, her fiance, a police officer in suburban Riverside, and a sheriff's deputy. But he just did that because, where'd he learn it from? Where did he learn how to act like that from? Where did he learn them tactics from? 2016 Super Bowl. He said, Beyonce in the video. I heard everything you said. Oh, I'm a receipt master. He don't know what you're talking about. Let's see if I know what I'm talking about. 2016, after Super Bowl performance, police unions in several cities called for officers to boycott providing extra security to Beyonce's concerts. Oh, Fearless don't know what you're talking about. Well, let's see. In 2016, police unions in several cities, so you can Google several stories of police unions saying, provide less protection because she exercised her constitutional First Amendment right to have her art be expressed the way she wants to. She's an artist, for Christ. An artist can't wear a black outfit and a tam. She didn't go out there with guns. She didn't have pictures of Huey Newton and Bobby Seale in the background. She didn't even put up a fist to say Black Lives Matter. She just put up a fist with an afro and wore all black and said, get in formation. And for that, the police in many cities, the institution organized, not individual racist cops, said we should not protect her. Let me keep it going. Officer accused of rupturing teen's testicles during search. But that's in a different city. Oh, Philadelphia. Philadelphia Police Department under investigation claims that a 16-year-old boy's testicle was ruptured when an officer during a pat-down search. But he didn't do nothing. Why would somebody be so rough that they bust and rupture a child's testicles and might risk the chance of him ever even procreating ever again? And you think the officers who are on scene, when they said they heard a popping sound, you think they tackled the other officer? You think they pulled her off and stopped? Nope. She finished the arrest. They wrote up a false report. They lied on him. He had to sue. Straight A student. Mathematics and science and mathematics, civics, and science charter school. Y'all know this. Y'all know the school. This is a straight A student. Not a YN. Didn't do nothing wrong. Stopped and searched for no reason. That sounds familiar. Where did we hear that before about illegal and stops and searches and questioning? Oh, right there, questioning and searches. Oh, so they're still doing exactly what they were doing for the last 100-something years. So nothing has changed, even though a lot of people are trying to change him from within. I wonder what's going on within his pants right now. Hopefully he still have children. So lastly, you can play the clip, Jay. But before you play the clip, let me just show one other group that this person's arguing with. Police officers have sued their departments for police brutality. Wait. Black police officers have sued their own departments for police brutality. Just a few examples. Anthony Banks in Chicago. Baltimore Police Department, 3 black female officers filed lawsuits in 2022. Pasadena Police Department, 3 black Pasadena filed against their department alleging racial profiling within the... So wait, cops are alleging other cops are racially profiling us, but I got a cop on my screen telling me that it don't happen. So now you're not only just going against the community, you're going against other cops, but that's just individual cops, Jay. That's just, different people. Wait, you're telling me police associations also have a long history? Oh, the NBPA has actively called for an end to racial profiling and police brutality and discriminatory practices within the criminal justice system. Local chapters of the NBPA, such as the one in where? Wait. Look at the search. Look at the search, Jay. I didn't search Philadelphia. Just for the record, I just searched the general search. Look at the first city they named. So of all the police departments who got the nerve to come on this screen and talk some dumb shit, if you was ever a Philadelphia police officer, like I said, once alleged to be the most corrupt police department in America, investigated by the federal government for corruption, even AI is talking about Philadelphia. MPAs such as the one in Philly. So your own black cop organization in Philly says Fearless knows what he's talking about. The NBPA in Philly said that they need to stop what I'm saying is happening. So who's on your side? Who agrees with you? You nut ass nigga. Now play from 6:45 for 4 minutes. The famous Ferguson report, since he don't even agree with the Guardian Association, the Miami Police Association, the National Black Law Enforcement Officers, or the NBPA, because they all said I'm right.
That significant pressure is brought to bear on law enforcement personnel to deliver on these revenue increases. Once the system is primed for maximizing revenue, starting with fines and fine enforcement, the city relies on the police force to serve essentially as a collection agency for the municipal court, rather than as a law enforcement entity focused primarily on maintaining and promoting public safety. And a wide variety of tactics, including disciplinary measures, are used to ensure certain levels of ticketing by individual officers regardless of public safety needs. As a result, it has become commonplace in Ferguson for officers to charge multiple violations for the same conduct. 3 or 4 charges for a single stop is considered fairly routine. Some officers even compete to see who can issue the largest number of citations during a single stop. A total that in at least one instance rose as high as 14. And we have observed that even minor code violations can sometimes result in multiple arrests, jail time, and payments that exceed the cost of the original ticket many times over. Now, for example, in 2007, one woman received 2 parking tickets that together totaled $152. To date, she has paid $550 in fines and fees to the city of Ferguson. She has been arrested twice for having unpaid tickets, and she has spent 6 days in jail. Yet today, she still inexplicably owes Ferguson $541. And her story is only one of dozens of similar accounts that our investigation uncovered. Over time, it's clear that this culture of enforcement actions being disconnected from the public safety needs of the community, and often to the detriment of community residents, has given rise to a disturbing and unconstitutional pattern or practice. Our investigation showed that Ferguson police officers routinely violate the Fourth Amendment in stopping people without reasonable suspicion, arresting them without probable cause, and using unreasonable force against them. According to the police department's own records, its officers frequently infringe on residents' First Amendment rights. They interfere with the right to record police activities, and they make enforcement decisions based on the way individuals express themselves. Now, many of these constitutional violations have become routine. Now, for instance, even though it's illegal for police officers to detain a person, even briefly, without a reasonable suspicion, it's become common practice for officers in Ferguson to stop pedestrians and to request identification for no reason at all. And even in cases where police encounters start off as constitutionally defensible, we found that they frequently and rapidly escalate and end up blatantly and unnecessarily crossing the line. During the summer of 2012, one Ferguson...
We got your point. Are we done? We get it. You good. We good?
Well, the one point I was gonna do, I'll leave off with that he mentioned, and I say that because his title was Attorney General, and he was at the behest of the Commander-in-Chief, who's your boss, nigga. He's in charge of all law enforcement and all the arms of. So your boss's right-hand man told you that y'all was out there finding people, arresting people, but the line he used was one of the reasons why people were getting stopped unjustly. He said, manner of walking. And then even Eric Holder went, because he couldn't even believe what he was saying. Do you know what happened in Ferguson? Somebody listening or watching might know what happened in Ferguson. Ferguson was where Mike Brown was killed. Do you know what the officer said to Mike Brown when they first interacted? Get the F out the street. Manner of walking. He ended up being killed. But no, y'all good. Y'all can change me inside. I know y'all. I don't know what I'm talking about. Man, shut up. You don't ever play with me. I'm the receipt king master. I will never let anybody try to play like I don't know what I'm talking about. You can disagree. You can present your alternative opinion and present your case and be respected accordingly. But if you ever in your life think you're going to say, I don't know what I'm talking about, and I'm not going to cut you up like a game of Fruit Ninja with these receipts, then you are mistaken. You don't want this work, and you are not built for this contest.
Mike Shaw, happy birthday, Stacey Mitchell. Mike. Yeah.
Look. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna throw Jay Black all the way under the bus. This is exactly why I did not play, and I have not played, and I will not play any video Coco sends to me, because that's between me and him. That's between me and him.
But it prompted a good lesson for the people, because I'm sure there's some information there and some connections there and some history there that it was able to bring out and make it a positive. Because a lot of people, they didn't know they was wearing the same badges. They didn't know that, though. People didn't know. People didn't know. People didn't know that white folks was mandated to be more racist, or if not, they was going to get treated like us. Nigger lover ain't just a slur. It's a legislative practice that's been in place for a long time. You live next to them, you help them, you protect them. We will hunt you down and hurt you accordingly. Financially, we'll jail you and we'll ridicule you and shame you in society. So next time you see somebody being racist, you be like, oh, you just a punk. I just said the other day. Wait, what was that? My dotted white person? I didn't.
All right,
Yeah, that's what I just said. Same thing.
I just said the other day, not every white person was racist. Some of them were just fearful because they saw what their white counterparts did to black people, and they were, well, give me a minute, y'all. I'll be right back. Y'all.
Play a song for 30 seconds or something?
I gotta grab something real quick, because since we're gonna do this, hey, we're gonna play this for a few seconds.
We the worst records, baby. We about to create a perfectly horrible song. Y'all know I've been in the gym, and now all I wear is tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts, tight shirts. Yes, I do. Michael Sean wears tight shirts every day. I wear tight shirts because I'm working out some. And if I wear the right size, you won't see none of my little cuts in my arms or whatever. Short sleeve tight shirts in any type of weather. People talking trans when they see me in the street.
Your shirt's so tight, we can see your heartbeat.
Man, clown me if you want, I'm sticking to my guns. And when the summer comes, it's gonna be fun. You can crack jokes and treat me like a jerk, but one day you'll see my six-pack right through my shirt. And even if I wanted to, I just can't stop. I just might rock an Ezekiel crop top.
Whoa.
Did I take it too far? What?
Yes.
Whatever.
All right, we're back. Where'd Doc go?
Doc's there. He's there. I think he was a little delayed, but the audio was still going through.
Happy birthday, Stacey Mitchell. Before I play this, happy birthday, it is Stacey Mitchell on the outside. You can see her hosting events internationally on islands. That's right. One of the OGs on the outside, Stacey Mitchell. Stacey, we've taken some trips. We've driven down that turnpike. You've helped me parallel park. You've booked me on a show or two. And I want to say I appreciate you, Stacey Mitchell. I appreciate you. It is on the outside.
Double nickels.
Mother. Birthday. Happy birthday to
Virgo season. She's 55.
Virgo.
She's a young 55. She be moving and dancing that house music. She be like,
moving and
she be getting it in, Doc. She be doing all the moves. I'm like,
take that out the box. Take that clip out the box. Take that clip out the box. And the Eric Holder, the one that doctor. I hate to do this. And I didn't.
Good morning, Miss Jenkins.
Hey, Miss Jenkins.
Ain't she in Paris still? She's still in Paris? I just saw a clip of her in Paris. She back? Okay.
Voulez vous. Say. C'est soir. I hate to beat a dead horse, but I mean, hey, since y'all want to play this, hey, because nobody can bring receipts like Dr. Aaron Smith, but this is a retired police officer who had a comment.
If they're wrongly arrested.
Oh yeah, I like
the white person. Parties have no one to call if they're wrongly arrested. The white person will call their local political committee man or person. They'll call the parents, perhaps, of a teenager, will call the local politician. Yo, what's going on here? My child was arrested just because he didn't have his license. Why didn't you just tell him to go home and get his license? And things like so. The white person has more power. Black people have no connection to the people in power. So there's not going to be any blowback on arresting a minority because they don't have any power to complain.
And Afro-Americans are not only unjustly arrested, they are not treated with the same respect as white people are.
I ran because nobody else ran again. Or if you stop somebody from going through a light, you would say, hey, out of your car. Out of your car. show me ID. You wouldn't say that. To a white person, you would go up and say, may I see your driver's license, please? And blacks know that. Blacks know when you go, hey, out of your car, now. And then they say, whoa, what did I do? Oh, what did I do? Don't say that. Don't ask me why I'm stopping you. I said, get out of the car. And that's right there, you first disrespect. And I saw that happening, and blacks know it's happening. They know it's not happening to white people. So automatically they start resenting the police just from little things, verbal commands, let alone the physicality of grabbing somebody and putting them in handcuffs while you check their ID. Unfortunately, when I would tell other officers, whoa, that's enough, then they would think, hey, what are you? N for the word. What are you, an N lover? N for Nigger.
All right. Listen.
You know how crazy it is when people say somebody else can't even love you? People never really think about the term and break it down like that. People hear the term, think it's a slur. Think about what it means when somebody says somebody else separate from me is not even allowed to love you or display love towards you. And Mike, you have to mention, where was that cop from in that documentary?
I saw his badge, the arm patch said Philadelphia.
Philadelphia police officer, 2 black men a week. If you want to watch the full clip, 2 black men a week is what it's called. They had a quota, right? Retired Philadelphia police officer. You saw his rank and everything, right? So he wasn't no newbie, no rookie, no new jack, no disgruntled, fired on the first day. He been in the game for years in Philly, and he told you what it was. He said the blacks know. So if you're black first, let me go back to happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
It's Stacey's birthday. This wasn't supposed to be about police today. We weren't supposed to do
happy
it.
birthday. Happy birthday. But no, I told Virgos are my favorite people, Mike. The lady I always talk about, like the one that got away, the lost love of my life, Virgo. So I always big up the Virgos. I think Virgos are some of the best women. Virgos, Cancers, and Libras for me. But yeah, Virgos number 1.
All right. Where y'all want to see a funny clip? Y'all want to see a funny clip? I don't even know. I don't even know if even if this is let's just say this was scripted. Let's just say they created this bit. I'm just lightening y'all. This ain't going nowhere. I'm just lightening the mood right now.
Lightening the mood.
If this was something that was scripted, this young lady deserves actually to be in a movie. So 2 parents are in the car. The father says something about the mother, saying that she's happy. I saw that video 2 weeks ago, Mike, and there's no lies detected. So the father's saying something about the mom being happy when the daughter leaves. Like, why don't you just admit? But I'm just giving y'all the gist of what they're talking about while the daughter is in the car seat. While she's in the car seat. I want you to see her and her response.
Talk behind your back. You hear me? While you be at school, your mom be so happy. She be like, oh, I'm so glad she gone. But the minute you get in the car, you...
Don't ever tell my daughter that I say nothing like that, because I don't say that about her.
So what you be saying
Don't
about
tell
her?
her that I say that. I don't say that about my child.
Post this on your screen too.
Post what on the stream?
Post.
Post what? Whoa! Number don't do number.
Yo, that was funny. Her timing was impeccable.
We got that deserves.
You gotta bring that back, because when you don't expect, you can't enjoy it the same way.
I want you to watch how she took off the car.
Yeah, I need
that. I want you to see.
I'm gonna talk behind your back. You hear me? While you be at school, your mom be so happy. She be like, oh, I'm so glad she gone. But the minute you get in the car, you...
Don't ever tell my daughter that I say nothing like that, because I don't say that about her.
So what you be saying
Don't
about
tell
her?
her that I say that. I don't say that about my child.
Post this on your screen too.
Post what on the stream?
Post.
Post what? Whoa! Number don't do number.
Oh my God.
I don't know. Post this on your stream. The fact that she knows.
She knocked the instigation
4
out of
years
his
old.
mouth.
She's like, I need the world to see this.
I don't know if I'm supposed to be laughing at that.
Like, she's a star. She needs to be an influencer for real. You know how people say I'm being an influencer and they ain't got what it takes. She got what it takes. I want to hear the follow-up. I want to see her interviewed. I want to know where she learned to swing like that. I want it all. I need to see
Post
a day in the life.
I'm glad you caught that, Doc. The authentic, the way she described posting. She said, post this on your screen.
Nothing but talk behind your back. You hear me? While you be at school, your mom be so happy. She be like, "Oh, I'm so glad she gone." But the minute you get in the car, you
Don't ever tell my daughter that I say nothing like that because I don't say that about her.
So what you be saying
Don't
about
tell
her?
her that I say that. I don't say that about my child.
Post this on your screen too.
Post what on the screen?
Post.
Post what? What?
I've always said if you could get out your baby seat by yourself,
you just need a baby seat.
Yeah, you use regular booster. Because if you look at if you don't even got to play the whole video, Jay or Mike. If you look at the way she's sitting in the baby seat, like she's a 50-year-old man watching the game in the man cave. Look at her arms, the way that they like this. Show the video in the beginning. Show the video. Look at her arms are sitting around that chair.
Yeah,
it's nothing but talk behind your back.
Look at her arms.
Why you be at
You
school,
don't
your mom
baby
be
sit
so
like
happy.
that
She
in a
like,
baby
I'm so
seat.
glad she gone. But the minute you get in the car,
I don't say nothing like that because I don't say that about her.
So what you be saying
Don't
about
tell
her?
her that I say that. I don't say that about my child.
Post this on your screen too.
Post what on the screen?
Post.
Post what?
This little girl that is not supposed to be funny.
Doc, what's your sign? What's your sign, Doc? By the way.
What do you mean? Y'all should know. Somebody gonna guess. I know somebody gonna guess. I'll give you a hint.
I'm a
Scorpio.
Right.
What you trying to say? I ain't say nothing bad about the Scorpios. I just say, everybody got preferences. That's all I say.
What's sign?
No, Taurus. I ain't gonna keep it going. Taurus.
I don't even know what Taurus is known for. I don't know what any of them are known for.
Being the best
September
people.
Virgos made the world a better place.
Taurus are known for knowing what they talking about, Mike.
Okay.
Taurus know what they talking about.
I can't even fight back because I don't know.
I don't know what he talking about. Okay.
I don't know.
That's all good. Scorpio's cool. My best friends are Scorpios, though. I will say that.
All right,
and
so
Leo's my best friend. Scorpio.
All right, let's get to the compromised artist who showed how compromised he was.
This gonna be hard for me.
All right, this is LL Cool J hosting the VMAs on CBS.
All here for one reason: music. Music is a force that brings us all together, and we're leaving everything else at the door. This is our night off.
You dumbass nigga.
And now tonight,
LL, you can't do that to LL. He's the baddest rapper in history. He make a muscle bound man for this face.
He said today is our day off. Somewhere, I guess somewhere in wherever they've transitioned, Fred Hampton, Harriet Tubman, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King are like, wow, so we were supposed to take days off from the fight.
Or even the artists. You can name like James Brown, all these artists that were political. Like nobody else did that. Jimi Hendrix.
Well, that's crazy that you bring up. So these are responses. That's crazy that you bring up James Brown. That's crazy that you bring up because there was a black woman who had a response to LL, basically saying we had the night off, keep the politics at the door.
What Cool J said was correct, but has the Botox frozen his brain as well as his face? Yeah, that's cute to say that music does have the power to bring us together, but music also has the power to inspire change, to make us critically think. For every Hit Me Baby One More Time, there's also A Change Is Gonna Come by Sam Cooke. Beyonce can be drunk in love as well as saying get in formation. James Brown reminded us to what? Say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. Wasn't nobody keying the first time they heard Cop Killer. Strange Fruit by Billie Holiday wound up being the reason she got chained to a hospital bed and denied access to care, and that is what led to her demise. Not Like Us is always gonna be an eternal bop, but we gonna be alright hits differently when our actual lives are on the line. Sir, blink twice if any of that made sense. Lastly, let me just say, you making that statement on a network that David Bowie had to call out for discriminatory practices against the very genre of music that introduced us to you is insane. Okay, good night. In theory, what LL Cool J.
All right, so, and I just want to say this. Now, this is the word that Donald Trump and his regime had told CBS he needed a monitor.
Where was his shirt at, though? I'm not gonna say.
Yeah, he needed a monitor. There you go, being a man.
No, I'm not saying I mind. I'm just saying I just always noticed that on TikTok. Always be like, let me talk to you about Black history. I'll be like,
well, let me talk to you about how in the alleged deal, Donald Trump was watching a monitor to make sure that nobody spoke any politics. So it was all censored. This was not America. What you were
Was
watching?
it Paramount? Is Paramount CBS?
It's Paramount CBS. This is not America that you're watching now.
Wait, you
This
said Donald
is-
Trump was watching a monitor for the awards?
Yes, the restrictions were created by his regime because of the merger. They were forced not to speak any politics at that show. So what we were watching was governmental provided television.
State-run media. That's like they always talk about Russia. They always say state-run
And
media.
you took part of it. This is what I mean.
And he's already worth $100 million.
I tell you, when all these stars become stars and you want to become a star, you must be compromised. You are compromised.
So you wanted LL to, I guess, like he stood up for the Philly when he was going through the trash thing and said, "I'm not going to perform." So he should have said, "No, if I can't speak my mind about the current administrative, if I want to, I ain't hosting." You found another host last second. That's what you're supposed to say. I don't want your check.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if I get 120 million, I'm gonna be like I've been to the mountaintop because I know what's coming. My speech is gonna be hitting different. I'm gonna be saying some things. 120 million, that's FU money to everybody. I can move to a different continent and never come back
I'm
here.
surprised you're on a Gemini. You see Kendrick. I just want y'all to know.
No, Gemini rising. That's what my mom always says. That's why I be talking so much.
Just understand what you watch televised on CBS is what TV will be.
That's crazy too.
You can't see nothing, but he
That's
don't
why
want you to
nobody
say
watches the
nothing
news
bad.
now. You know that's going to expedite the process. The average age is what 65 for Fox News or something. Now it's going to be nobody. Like ain't nobody doing that. I ain't watched the VMAs in like 2 years.
I'll give you a black man's response to what happened at the VMAs. I'll give you the black.
One of the greatest rappers of all time and one of the pioneers of hip hop itself. You know, one of the most profound political genres in music history. You hosting the VMAs at your stature, at your big age, saying the VMAs, saying this ain't about politics. In this political climate, bro, you done lost your damn mind. You were a rapper from the 80s. Everything was political back then. War on drugs, Ronald Reagan, police brutality. Come on, fam. For you in the big 2025, telling other musicians not to be political on a big night like that is crazy work to me. You too damn smart and too damn legendary to be saying some dumb shit like that. Come on.
So let me
But
get this
Save
straight.
an Artist did. Like if I had plans to come there, if I won, I'm going to say this. Or when I get up there,
I promise you, in their contract that they signed to be there, the repercussions must have been so crazy that nobody was going to try and risk the penalty of the money or whatever that they were going to penalize you with.
Well, ironically, Sabrina Carpenter did. Because the younger artists did make statements. Yeah, she had a whole protect trans rights and had drag queens come out next to her and a whole big thing. So it's funny when a little white girl got more political balls than the. I love LL. I'm such a fan. It's hard for me. I remember when we met him, over there, right there, on 1801. And
I love LL.
I say he's one of the main reasons I rap. He performed at the Apollo Theater. He had the red sweatpants, all the girls grabbing on him, and I was like, yo, I want to do that.
Listen, I love LL. I love Buster.
Ladies love him too.
But they also know if they give you that light, they can get you to compromise. They can get you to compromise. It's the same thing that happened at the BET Awards. When people were speaking about Palestine and Gaza, and Doechii said what was going on outside the studios, and she said, I can't ignore it. And immediately after, Kevin Hart came on and promoted his liquor as if none of that ever happened.
And then talked about Kirk Franklin twerking with that part was hilarious though.
Listen, I get it.
Kirk Franklin,
if you want to be famous, you will be compromised.
But say it was a case where he said, I'm gonna say this because I'm getting paid and I gotta say this, but yeah, you still do you, and they still know that you can't.
What
nobody
is the
stop
point of doing you if you still take part in what they want you to do?
No, I'm saying another artist can still go up there and say what you gotta say. But I guess the flip side for them is we want to just be positive and keep it about music. That's what they're trying to say.
in a country that's being ran through and wars being waged on their citizens, in a country where a pedophile is in the Oval Office and is protecting other pedophiles, we're going to take time off because we want to support MTV's Video Music Awards. That's what we're going to do. We want to celebrate Viacom, who single-handedly bought BET and destroyed it and used it for every stereotype that they wanted to use it for. And we're going to take the day off for them.
And MTV didn't even play black artists the first couple of years until Billie Jean. They had a whole band on us. They're playing all that Cyndi Lauper and Jay Giles band and Bon Jovi. You know, like they didn't even play black artists. When Michael Jackson and Prince were both killing it, MTV was like, I don't know. Arguably two of the best artists in the history of humanity. MTV was so invested in racism that they were like, I'm going to keep playing this time after time.
In order for a black artist to get featured,
oh look, so me and I should
give me a second. In order for a black artist to get spotlighted on MTV, you know what he had to do? He had to be the greatest ever. He had to be the greatest ever. Ever.
You wasn't gonna play Young Jock?
Ever. With the hair thing, got the hair going.
I just listen. Hey, and if y'all want to say, well, you criticizing, you would have done it. I'm not in the situation. I'm just telling you what goes on. If you want to be a star, they'll get you.
Yeah, or at least they'll come for you. Sometimes people say I don't want to be a star no more. Some people have done that. They'd be like, you know, some people do a Dave Chappelle and never come back. They'd be like, I'm good. I don't want to be a star because they see what it comes with. But I remember that dude Houston, the one who sung that song, I Like That, when he poked his own eye out. And it was like that whole real Oedipus thing where it's like people go crazy in this game. Like it drives Britney Spears shaving her head, right? They said Martin Lawrence was running in the middle of the street. Remember, they trying to kill me, right? So they spell me like this game will drive you over the edge. Like it's some stuff going on that people, like you said, that aren't in it, don't see and don't experience, that breaks people and crushes them and compromises the least of it. That's the low level.
So
just compromising is a low level.
We want we want a day off. We want a day off in a time where a pastor is telling people this.
If you're a Christian white parent who loves the Lord and loves your children, that you need to have the talk. Is the talk that takes your children according to their maturity at the proper time, the appropriate time, and says, there are certain parts of town that you cannot go. And there are certain people that you cannot be around.
Yep.
Right? If there's someone who is black in our church, and they've been in our church and we know them and they love the Lord Jesus Christ, great. We're not talking about that person, but we're talking about when you go into a crowd of people. If you go into a crowd of strangers and they're white strangers, there's some danger. If they're black strangers, there is 30 times more danger. Them's the facts. And it is actually a failure of your parental duty, white parents. Please hear me. If you teach your children growing up, if you lie to them and say all people and all races of people in our country are the same, they are not. You are actually depriving your child of factual, truthful information that could save their life.
That was bars.
Them's the fact. Them's the facts.
Them's the facts. Well, here's the facts. If you send your kid to school, Mr. White Guy, and you send them to a school and they're in the school, and somebody shoots up the school, the facts are
30 times more likely.
It's going to be 300 times more likely it's going to be a white guy.
You said pedophilia, or you said, oh, my bad.
That too.
30 times more likely.
Listen, when the propaganda is getting spread like this, I don't know when we get the day off, y'all.
Did somebody say genocide? 30 times more likely. Oh, my bad.
To be done
Land
by,
theft?
yeah,
land
be done
theft,
by white guys.
30 times more likely.
To be done by white men.
Y'all can't white bash on this show. What are y'all doing? Sound like y'all white bashing.
But if you don't teach your
no,
kid,
Jay, them's the facts.
Them's the facts. That's what I'm saying. If you don't teach your kids, you're doing them a disservice because them's the facts.
Them's the facts.
Them's the
Oh,
facts.
man.
So I don't know when you take a day off. I don't know. But
this is my thing, though. If you have that much of a concern, I think it was Jay-Z on the remix to We Made It with Jay Electronica. He said, run Yakub back in the cave, right? Talking about running the devils back into the cave, like the Caucasus Mountain. Go back to where you're from, like everybody else always says. You tell everybody else, go back where you're from. Go back to the Caucasus Mountains. Go back to living in the caves. You don't want to be around nobody. Everybody you're around, you got to kill them. You got to take their stuff. You got to lie on them. You rewrite the history. You mimic them. You dominate them. If you don't like living around everybody, because nobody else seems to have this problem, you have a problem with living next to everybody. Go and be by yourself. You got all the resources to do it. Like, you can make the Caucasus Mountains Miami. Go enjoy life. People act like people are really keeping these people here. Like, oh, man, please, Mr. Racist, man. The same dude that can't even say Jesus was black want to talk about Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. You're more racist than religious. That's always been the problem with them.
It's a black and brown people. We never have a day off. That's the problem. We always have to be on high alert because of the color of our skin. One reason why our community has so much stress and illness in it. Hey.
Yeah, LL took L. But I was saying that accidental racist song, that was the word. I thought that was a low moment in his career, but now he might have a competition. That accidental racism, he's like, you take off the Confederate flag, I'll take off the gold chains. Whatever he said, that stupid song with the country singer. Terrible. They labeled it the one. I saw on YouTube, some people say that was the worst rap song ever. Accidental racist.
The media. Yeah.
He wasn't on self-destruction as far as the hip hop. Just to have a brief hip hop moment, there's always been speculation, even though he wrote for MC Lyte on one of my favorite parts of the song. They said a lot of people were speculating that LL was trying to make sure he stayed less political. He said he had an album coming out, and that's not the message he wanted to send with his album rollout. People have always said, no, that Negro always had a plan to do the iced tea, and he always wanted to go pop. That's why he had all that glitter on or something like Phenomena, crawling around on the bar. Like, he always wanted to do that, and he's where he wanted to be with the sitcoms and everything else. So don't get mad when we don't have you in our top 5, because then he tries to come back and you cry goat, and we're like, we love you, pioneer. You have an argument technically, empirically, but nobody's got you in their top 5 for a few more reasons than just your raps.
It's a hard pill to swallow, but hey, well, what you want to do? Hey, you like it? Support it. Go ahead.
I felt like that with Rakim when "Don't Sweat the Technique" video had all the white girls in bikinis with blonde hair. It hurt my soul, but I'm glad he never did nothing like that again.
And you know, I watch and you know, people. It's so easy for you to just. It's not easy. I've been trying to tell y'all about this evil entertainment business.
Yeah, he called Evil Empire like 20 years ago.
I've been trying to tell y'all. You don't become a star in here in this country and think you're gonna change. You ain't changing shit. They will remove you. I promise you.
You got more of a chance taking the resources, because that's what Sun Tzu, Art of War. It says siphon off resources from the host. When people have 90% of the resource and you have 10, they say first, you have to have more strategy and cunning when they have more resources. That's one thing you need to do. And I always say we got to be more sophisticated than our enemy to expect to win. The other thing is they say if they have everything, you have to figure out a way to siphon off the host. So it's not just being mad, throwing rocks and having a protest with a dashiki and holding a sign. You got to find a way to get some of what they got, because they got 99% of the resources. So you're better off. And I showed on the radio one time all these towns for sale, right? You could put ghost towns for sale. They said Pennsylvania alone has thousands of ghost towns, even from the gold mining days. So you can go off somewhere. And they showed like 10 black families or 20 black families bought these acres. You got a better chance right now for $10,000 to $1 million buying one of these towns. Some of them got banks, post offices, and buildings, and nobody's there. Get some people together. If you're an athlete, right? If you're a rapper, you're making millions of dollars. You can get your family, your people, and everybody in your projects, and y'all can leave. You can create your own police department, your own fire department. You could be the mayor. Like, there's things you could do. But like you said, that whole from the inside, No, bro. We're not doing that.
All right, so let's wrap up the show. Not right now, but let's see if we can get, if Jay, you got some ratchetness. Nah, one of the rappers that Sonics wrote MC Life.
LL's on record saying he wrote it. You could just Google it. He's in many interviews saying, I helped MC Light. I was in the studio down the hall. I came back and wrote a little bit. You can play it.
Yeah.
All right, so something ratchet.
And then I got a question that I'm gonna ask you guys. It's a fun question. Go ahead. Let's go.
So this wife jumps in her husband's girlfriend Uber to confront her. Is the wife doing too much? Should she know her position? Should she check her dude? I know we covered something similar before, but I didn't know if the wife went too far or not. So I'll get your thoughts.
Did you know he was married?
Roll the window up. I don't want to.
Hold on. Did you know he was married?
Not hold on.
Did you know he was married?
If she's not going to answer, why you keep
Just be a
asking her?
grown up, girl. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you at all. I'm not. You look very young. Don't let him manipulate you. Don't let him do it. He still lives with me. He still lives with me. We're still married. We have a 15-year-old daughter together. If I were you, I would strongly stay away from him. Not because he's married, because he's lying to you. He's lying to you.
No, he ain't.
I don't know what makes you think he's not lying to you. Everything what?
I already know.
I can't hear you.
Everything you just told me. You're married. Y'all in the spring.
We got.
She already know everything you
Did
just
you
told
know-
her. She already know. Is the wife doing too much? The girl said
trying to-
everything you just said. I know.
She's trying to help her, but she's not gonna listen. She's trying to help her.
The wife trying to help the young girl, or the young girl trying to help the wife?
She's trying. The wife is talking to the young girl. She's trying to give her the blueprint of the man that she's dealing with.
Are you doing all that? Is that too much?
I'm
Checking
not
the
doing.
movies?
I'm not doing all that. But if you decide to do all that, I can't be mad at you.
And that is the go-to move, though. You always want to like present the narrative about a person before somebody engages them. So then even when they do regular stuff, it could be perceived as negative. Like, that's... Oh, here's the receipt too, Jay, to what I just said about... I got MC Light herself talking about being in the studio with LL during self-destruction.
That's what Tasha said. I'm sorry,
on Hot
Doc.
97.
The receipts.
Oh, no. Yeah, 205, MC Light saying herself on Hot 97 3 years ago about LL and her in the studio self-destruction. But if y'all believe me, then we good. You got to play it, but if you want to, it's 205. The video's right there in the chat. But yes, I'm quick with these receipts.
I don't have a problem with her giving her that. She wasn't angry at her. She was just trying to tell you what you're getting into. We don't want to hear it. She's a young girl. She's being manipulated.
And if you really love somebody, it ain't that deep. If you really love somebody, people hate and it don't really do nothing. Shouldn't do nothing.
But is she really being manipulated?
Yeah, of course she's being manipulated. Do you know how you have to manipulate a person to let you smash when you've been married for 9 years?
And
Do
he's
you know
50, she's 19?
Do you know the manipulation that you have to do to actually get somebody that innocent or that naive, I should say,
He did look like fresh-faced.
to actually take part in this? Look at that child.
Yeah, like a child. That's a child. How old is the person? Wait,
He's 50. He's 50.
How old is she?
She's 19.
She don't even look.
What are we talking about? She's doing
There's
too
no
much.
world where I would see somebody
No,
like
he
that
was
outside
married.
and think to talk to her. Like no place, no. She look in her eyes. She looks about 15. She looks that naive.
Every time I deal with a customer who looks her age, you know what I do?
The wife not leaving him either.
Maybe not, because the wife
Go
that
ahead.
invested
Go ahead.
9
What you about to
years.
say though? You said every time you see somebody go.
Every time I see a young lady come into to the store that I help, I try and treat them with the utmost respect, hoping that this is what they know they deserve. I'm not looking at your ass. I'm not looking at your breasts. I'm looking at you dead in your eyes. I'm not lying about shit.
Well, if they young, you probably not. But if they're
I'm
looking
not
look,
lying about shit.
all right.
I'm not up here lying about shit.
You seen
No,
why
I
you
don't.
ain't gonna
I
look
think-
at someone that could potentially be your match?
No, I'm not looking at you. When I see somebody young, I'm 54 years old. I know when a young girl looks like a young girl. And all these
Well, that
dudes
part
out here,
wasn't no,
and
no,
let me tell
no.
you about all you nasty dudes out here who talk about, oh, they wasn't built like that in my day. Yes, they were. Yes, they exactly were. And guess what? They just wasn't talking to you back then either.
He's 19 maturity wise.
Wow.
But she's technically an adult. She's legal.
Well, that's what happened when I told you I did the research. Well, you here, but in the beginning of the show, I said, let me do some research on this young lady because we talked about the Cam Newton comment. I looked at the bio. It didn't just say IG influencer best known for dating Rick Ross. It also said she was in her 20s. And I said, I had to look at myself and be like, I said to myself, you dumbass nigga, you want me to talk about an IG model making arguments and critiquing them. Who's the fool? You the professor talking about IG models, way to express yourself. But when I tried to listen to some of the video, like I tried to listen to more of the clip, it was like grating on me because I realized you get to an age of maturity where unless I'm teaching you something or being a fatherly figure, there was nothing. Every time she spoke, and I was trying to put her on that level with Cam. They're having this conversation. She was saying things back to Cam. And I was like, she's a little girl. Cam done live his whole life. And she's far light years beyond where I was at 29. Let me say that. But like Mike is saying, when people are at that level, something's wrong. If you want to go there and be in that space, unless the comments are saying, unless you're mentally not your biological age or in that range, it really doesn't make sense.
But it's weird to be a 50-year-old woman, a wife, going to this 19-year-old girl begging and pleading for her to basically stop screwing.
That's weird too. And I agree that the wife might not leave.
I don't see there's anything weird about it. You want to see the person.
That's what she should be doing. A grown woman should be trying to teach a young girl, but that's her husband.
Absolutely. She's giving you something that you normally don't get. Normally, all you get is the hate or somebody calling you the B word and somebody calling you out the name and trying to drag you out the car. This woman is looking at you and saying, you don't know what you're getting into.
Hold on. Did you know he was married?
Not hold on.
Did you know he was married?
If she's not going to answer, why you keep
just be a grown
her?
up, girl. I'm not mad at you. I'm not mad at you at all. I'm not. You look very young. Don't let him manipulate you. Don't.
Tell your husband that.
Don't let him do it. He still lives with me. He still lives with me. We're still married. We have a 15-year-old daughter together. If I were you, I would strongly stay away from him. Not because he's married, because he's lying to you. He's lying to you. I don't know what makes you think he's not lying to you.
Everything you just
everything
told me,
what?
I already know.
I can't hear you.
Everything you just told me. You're married, y'all in the spring.
We gotta go.
You're married, you got the kid, y'all live. I already know.
And you want to know if he's manipulating her? Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Let me tell you from experience of being the ain't shit person that I was a lot of my life. Let me tell you about the ain't shit, trifling things that I've said to women. You know how you manipulate them? You make them think. You tell them everything. And you make them feel like you're their confidant. Like you're the only person who I can talk to. A 19-year-old.
Complain about your wife. Complain about your wife to her.
And you give them the whole landscape, and you make them feel like I'm trusting you with things I've never told anybody else. This 50-year-old man does that and makes you feel as if, oh my God, this man is trusting me with his inner thoughts and inner feelings. That is called manipulation. I've done it. I've done it.
I ain't play it, Tosh. I ain't play it.
No, we ain't play. We ain't play.
I got it queued up, but I ain't play it.
No beef.
She's like, don't come to me with the receipts, Doc.
We cleared it up. We cleared it up.
Wait, he's 50 and she's 20. He's all the way wrong. That manipulation, Grant.
Now that I can't say. That I can't say because I always tell everybody don't argue in absolutes because then people put one example that's an outlier and it demolishes your entire argument. Generally, I totally agree with Ms. Parker. I made a point just a minute ago that said the same thing. But I've met some people here at college that their chronological age is 20, but they are wearing sweaters and NPR, and they are older than I am now. I can't relate to them now, not because they're too young, because their whole taste and knowledge and everything, they're on some other stuff, speaking different languages and travel the world. There's men who I see on the corner who are still 16. They might be able. There's outliers and rare instances where two people genuinely might meet, not knowing each other's age, and hit it off. And I would say that's 2%.
So if that student hit on you, you would have entertained it?
No, it wouldn't happen in an environment where somebody's a student and teacher. I'm saying if two people just naturally, that's inappropriate. I'm working there, not like that's power dynamic difference.
You just said they mature for their age.
Let's say what I'm saying. Let's say
you fall in like with their intellect. You like, yo, and she's carries herself.
No, you got the guardrails up and you engage in a different way when you at work and you know the person. I'm saying you just met them outside.
Let me push back on everything you said. Is that they wearing this and they traveled the world and they Kobe Bryant. Let me just explain. Kobe Bryant and LeBron James came to the league, could do everything. They look like they had been in the league for 20 years. But it was proven that they weren't. Even though they did great things, they scored a lot of points. But if we go back to Kobe got caught up. You know why?
Caught up.
He got caught. He damn near destroyed his life. You know why?
With a young John.
You know why?
Because she had 5 different sperms in her panties. Oh no, that's why you didn't get.
Yeah, right.
No. And he still got caught up. So you can travel the world, and trust me, a 50-year-old can get in your head. You could be you are so mature for your age. Even if you're 10 years more mature for your age, you're only 30. I can get in your head at 30.
I'm about to say, with 30, I'm not ruling out 30 at my age.
I'm not telling you to rule it out. I'm just trying to tell you.
I need some fertility, Mike. You know, I still need fertility. So I got.
You can manipulate somebody your age. You can manipulate somebody older than you.
Make it feel young. Make it feel young. You 70, girl. You look 45. You can.
But when your task is to manipulate a 20-year-old, I don't care if her SATs are perfect.
Yeah, she could be a genius. It don't matter.
I don't care. I still seen some stuff.
Yeah, 20.
I done seen and learned some stuff that you can't learn unless you've been through it.
But the girl yesterday was 29. So I'm saying 20 is one thing.
I'm just going to this girl
older in the head.
Yeah, I like what Lady Q said. She probably the wife might have been angry till she saw how young she was, and then everything flipped. Like, wait a minute, this ain't no regular.
She might have planned a fight, but then she was like, I can't beat this.
Let me tell you what men. Let me tell you what men don't want. Let me tell you what certain men don't want. You know what they don't want? They don't want ever for another woman to speak rationally to your side chick. They would rather you go to punch her face off. They would rather you go to rip her out the Uber than have a conversation. Than to have a conversation. They don't want you to have the rational conversation that you've been having with the person that you've been cheating with. They never want that. They would rather have to break up a fight and the cops come than y'all sit down and actually talk.
I fell for that one. I fell for that. I walked into that kind of thing before where somebody like, he do this, he do that. And then I went and popped up somewhere frustrated and everybody's like, look, see? And I'm like, look at what? And they're like, we heard that you be. And I'm like, I said, it got me. They got me. Because they set the narrative. And when they saw me, they was already like, and then I came like, hey, that's all it took. Yeah, you're right.
And
the wife wasn't thinking about the husband. She's done with him at this point. That's why she's not acknowledging him.
She ain't even talking.
I don't think so. I don't think she ain't done.
I think he
got a chance. He got a chance with both of them. He's still in the mix.
She thinks she has the over
their wife for sure.
Because that's the way
you told me.
Because that's the way he made her feel. And when she goes back to talk to him, he's gonna say, "I told you."
I knew everything. We good.
Okay, can I say one thing I shouldn't say? But I'm not saying it. I don't want no smoke. It's not. I'm not saying it's right. I'm gonna be in church 2 to 3 times a week.
I love opposing views. Let's go. Let's go, Doc.
This is a problem, though. There are people who don't have the type of self-esteem and self-worth and self-value that they really be like, I'll take a piece of love over my loneliness. Some people really make those deals all the time where it's like, I know I'm only getting them part-time and I know I'm only getting an illusion. Some people really sign up and they're like, you know what? I'm lonely. I'm rebounding. I've been abused. I'm still dealing with trauma. Like, there's people who really just knowingly sign up and be like, I'll take the attention. I'll take the gifts. I'll take the sometimes. I'll take the manipulation. Like,
and guess who knows that? Guess who knows that? The guy.
Yeah, that's how he finds them. He looks for that. He looks for the void. He looks for the brokenness.
You see it.
But I'm not saying it's right. But
You ain't got
take anything.
You don't have no brothers. You don't have, your dad may not be cool. He may not be around you. All of a sudden, you're her lover and her father figure at the same sick time.
That's sick. But that's what the pedophile said. They said, what's the one thing you look for? He abused thousands of children over his lifetime. What's the main things you look for when you pick somebody to prey upon? The number one thing he said is, I look for the father. If the father's weak and not a threat, I go after the children. And the next thing the man said was, as a father, you got to be a threat. So next time somebody tells you, you're doing too much with the kids, you're yelling too much, you're too hard on the kids, you got to be a threat. The pedophile told you out his own mouth. I don't look at the mom. I don't look at the aunties. The pedophile said, I look at the dad. And if he look weak, them kids is at risk. And the same thing with some of these young girls. Like you said, Mike, ain't nobody around to threaten my manipulation. It's go time.
Shelly says she ain't settling for just on Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's it.
You a grown woman with self-respect, though. You know that ain't everybody, Shelly. That's what I said. You know.
And also understand this culture.
Just jump on TikTok and watch them.
This culture has made it now. And I helped it. This culture in
the club with us.
This culture has made it that they can reverse that. What Doc just said about you'll just take a little bit of time, they'll reverse it into, no, she's just getting what she wants. That's all she wants.
Oh, yes.
All she wants is a little bit of time. She don't want him all under her. She don't need, she don't
you in
need
school right now. You know, you focus on your career.
You focusing on your career. You
I'm not
got
gonna be in the
plenty
way.
to do. No, he's just something to do right now. I mean, I like him and all, but he's just something to do. They will make it seem like now you're doing a boss move.
I ain't gonna be all jealous like your last boyfriend. I ain't gonna stalk you.
Dude,
you know, he was all in your business. I ain't gonna
Tosh
check your
said he
phone.
got it in 5411, so she good. Like, hey, I'm good over here. I don't know about you.
I ain't gonna check your phone. You know what I'm saying? I respect the fact that you're working hard on your degree. I'm gonna stay out your way. You know.
I don't know, about 4 or 5 years.
I wish I would.
She's in the same range as the daughter.
15, 19, 20 is different.
She's in the, there's no, let me tell you something. That's just the, all you're trying to do is justify your perversion. That's all.
No, I'm saying when someone is, we can't say you're an adult and then now one don't want to say, oh, well, you're not mature adult. You can't move the goalposts. Either you're an adult,
you don't have to.
or you ain't.
You don't have to. You can go by the law stats, or you can go by what we know. You know, you dealing with a child, so you can go with the law if you want. But you know, you dealing with a child.
Natasha got some things too. Okay, Jay, you got some help out here. Saying some unpopular truth stuff.
And Tosh, this is the hold up. This is the point.
It's true. It's true.
Now, let me break. You think Fearless got receipts, which he does when it comes to the topics that he talks about? Let me tell you about receipts. She may think she's using him, but she's the one letting him dig in them ovaries whenever he wants. He's the one bending her over whenever he wants. And when she gets pregnant, she will be another stat. She will be another stat. Because he will bounce on her and he will play her to the left. And she will be the one who won't get a dime from him in child support. Or better yet, let me give you a better one. Let me give you a better one, y'all. Let me give you a better one. When he hits her with the conversation, you got so much you're going to do with your life. You shouldn't have this kid. It's not about me. I'm thinking about you. I'm thinking about you. You got so much. You can't deal in life with a kid. So now he'll convince her to get rid of the kid. And she's the one who has to deal with that trauma for the rest of her life. Thinking when people are walking around with kids and she goes, oh, I did that to my kid. I could have had a kid. Oh, when she sees a son or a daughter or she's invited to a gender reveal, that's in the back of her mind. When she's going to a baby shower, that's in the back of her mind. That's why, as much as you think you're in control of this, you're being used.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, I got a daughter, so I'm 1,000%.
I agree, but she might be okay with that, unfortunately.
And she might be okay with it until what? Till she catches the ultimate feelings. Until what I just said happens. It never ends well for her. And
But
guess
they do be like, especially now, that whole transactional thing, Mike. I kid you not. I've heard men, when I talk to young men, they be like, yo, I slid in her DMs. She sent back her Cash App. Like literally, to say hello to me, to engage me in any way, you have to pay me. I am completely for sale. Every aspect of me, from my attention to my words to my body, is transactional. And I said it's a dangerous precedent. And that's the same thing you said. It's a dangerous game you playing. But I'm telling you, these young girls today, send me a rose, send me a galaxy, send me a Cash App. Like if you can't pay 3 bills before I even know
and let me tell you about the transactions that y'all women, all y'all see the 1%. It's less than 1% because a lot of them are lying. The 1% of women who make it and get paid and get laced up,
like Pretty Woman so much.
and they get flew off and they get taken care of on the side. They will be 50 if God blesses them. They will be 60. And I promise you, the story they told you about the transaction when they're by themselves.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be
the story will be different, but you'll never hear that story. See, I've seen these stories.
Oh, there's gonna be a documentary one day. They're gonna have a bunch of gray-haired former OnlyFans models. They're gonna talk about the 1 or 2 that committed suicide, the 2 that was on drugs, and how they had a hard time having relationships, and then 2 got some cuckolds or some simps. And they're gonna be up there telling the young girls, because I heard a young girl saying it, don't do it. She said she made millions. She was telling young girls, it ruined my life. I can't have a relationship. I can't get a job. All I can do is sit here with this money, and it's not the life I wanted. I'm only like 28. Like, people are already saying that.
All right. Yeah, because y'all do know this generation thinks 30 is over the hill, is washed.
That's the other part. You think everything's transactional. Then when you get the money, but you don't have anything else, and your reputation is gone forever, because the whole world got these pictures of you forever. The whole world. Forever. When you become a mother, a grandmother, a wife, the whole world got pictures of you looking like you shouldn't be looking if you're somebody's grandmother.
All right. Hopefully this hasn't alienated Coco from ever watching the show. Coco, I'm just gonna let you know.
No, he know better than us, Mike. He know better than us.
I got immense love for you.
Yes,
to everybody. Love for you. But that was Jay Black who played that video. I had no idea what was going on. So
I want him to get it off his chest. He has something to get off.
I don't know if he asked you to play it or not. I don't think he asked.
I'll tell you what I do, Mike. When people start talking, for instance, about like fraternities and hazing, right? There was the Contiues that somebody had just died like last year, right? In a hazing incident. I'm in a fraternity, right? Non-hazing organization, right? When people start getting going about their facts and statistics and receipts and what they don't like about fraternity and brutality, you know what I do? I'm gonna tell you just what I do. That's what I do. I don't pretend it's not true. I don't do any of that. I just remove myself from the conversation because I'm biased and it's a conflict of interest and I'm not in a position to. I'll tell you straight up. I'll be like, nah, I'm in a frat. We non-hazing, and that's my only comment. I stick with the company line and I move on. I would never jump in and be like, they never kill nobody. Don't nobody ever get hazed. Some people do, obviously, because there's proof of it. So why would I even get involved in the conversation or argue? So maybe you could take a playbook out of from my book and be like, if I'm in something and people start coming at it real crazy with facts and figures, just fall back and be like, probably shouldn't be in this conversation because I'm part of the group you're talking about.
All right, this has been fun. Tomorrow's Thankful Thursday, so everybody join in. Once again, Stacey Mitchell, happy birthday, LaShawn.
55, Stacey Mitchell, 55 birthday.
Happy birthday, Stacey Mitchell. Happy birthday. We'll be back at it tomorrow. To anybody celebrating a birthday, God bless. Listen, enjoy your birthday. Be safe.
It's 9/11 tomorrow too. 9/11.
Yeah, and
that was fake. I mean,
yeah.
I meant inside job. I meant inside job. Inside job.
No, it's definitely not a conspiracy anymore. It's definitely not a conspiracy. It's definitely not a conspiracy anymore. And I'll have the video for that intro tomorrow because I ain't forget. All right, love me for who I am, not who you want me to be. I can never be that. Understand there's only one thing in life that's guaranteed. It will end. So enjoy every minute, every second. You fight for everything in your life. Fight for your happiness. Never let anyone, any circumstance take it from you. God got me. God got us. From Jay Black, Dr. Aaron Smith, Kamari, Amani, here's the thing. Tomorrow to Lady Q with WokeUpInspired.com. Get your merch, get your mugs, get your t-shirts, get your hoodies. Hoodie season is here. For Sexy Mo, for C Chung, we are gone.
Michael Sean and the Takeover Legends, where the truth hurts, but also